All right.
All right, guys, let's go ahead and do this. Let me get this microphone out here so that way you guys can actually hear me a little better. All right. Thank you so much for the shares, guys. I really appreciate it big time. Hold on, let me fix this real quick so we can get this rolling in. Oh, get the camera blocked off. Yikes. There we go. All right, we're gonna do a little bit. A little quick session here, guys. Nothing too long. Figure we get a few rounds here, some Dead by Daylights, and then later on tonight, I'm probably gonna do some like Kingdom Come. We'll probably play some story adventure game. If anything changes, though, I'll definitely keep you guys posted and updated on dads. Yeah. So this is just a quick session because I have to go get the little one from school here pretty soon. So. I want to thank everybody for coming in. Thank you so much for everything. Jay, how's it going, bro? Hope you're doing well. So, I've been looking into Star Citizen, and I see we don't really have many options right now, but we can get our foot in the door. There are a couple of sweet-looking ships. So, I don't know if I just want to wait and save up and then see what else I can get put in. Maybe if we get some more stream funds, maybe get a bigger ship. If not, maybe we just have to deal with the small one. You know, maybe I'll just have to travel and somebody else is like, it's out of focus really bad. All right, hold on. All right, hopefully that fixes the problem. Is it still acting kind of weird? Is it still being weird? Why does it do it to me? I don't know why he's doing it. All right, let's get around with this round, guys. I haven't played, man. This is so much different on a bigger screen. Most definitely. This is so much better on a big screen, dude. All right. What you doing there, buddy? Oh, he just rage quitted. Ah! Wow, we have one rage quitter already, guys. Look at that. Look at that. Hey, people, quick, quick. Oh, all three of you guys. Look at you. All right, that's gonna be 2 down there, guys. Let's go ahead and pick her up and let's get her onto one of the hooks here real quick. Hey, what's up, Andy? How's it going, bro? All right, let's get her on one of the hooks over here. Oh, we got one right by us. Look at that. And we got a totem though, so we don't want them getting that. Oh, I didn't even let me hang her. What the heck? All right, she's on the hook. Let's see what else we can do here, guys. Somebody was working on his generator here, I see. Alright, let's go up to the other girl. I bet you somebody's gonna try to rescue her. Alright. Let's keep looking around. It's better 5 seconds and you're already making people rage quit. Why? Dude, I'm telling you, like, I'm good at this game, like, without even recognizing it. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna go for the weak girl. Go ahead. Woo! Knock you right back down to the ground. All right, let's get you picked up real quick. She's practically almost done for here, guys. All right, we got her there. What do you think you're doing there, huh? What do you think you're doing? Well, you're doing something. Oh, you're doomed now. Oh, you got me there, girly girl. All right, let's keep it going, guys. Keep it flowing in motion. Let's knock this bad boy down real quick. She booked it from me, guys. She booked it from me. Oh, you're on the other side? Okay, it's all good. Oh, and you healed yourself. Not happening. Not on my watch, you ain't. Oh, dodge the juke. Okay. Not bad. That's a nice smackaroo on you. Come on. Woo! Right behind him. You see, that's how we do it, guys. All right, let's get. Hopefully, somebody doesn't try to land this pallet on me, which they can if they were here, but they're not here. They're too chicken, guys. Too chicken. They ain't. All right, so that's one on the hook, one taken down, and there's one more alive. They're more than likely going to take that hatch. Just watch ourselves around here, guys. All right, we got a couple more over here. Let's check this one. I don't know where this last survivor is going to be at, guys. More than likely, they're going for the. They're going to go for the hatch. All right, we got to get back out there, guys. That one's clear. All right, we're gonna check the other one real quick just to make sure, guys. He's on it. Oh! Got her. I'm gonna take you right downstairs where you belong, too. See, that's how we do it, guys. That's how we do it. Get her on the hook. That's right. Well, she's good. I like that she disappears and I can just grab them. Got a flawless victory on that one, guys. That was really good. That was a really good round. I realized I had my volume pretty low, too. I'll be able to hear better now, guys. I got the sound up. Yo, can you imagine like dating a girl like this and have her like something like this running down the street like, what do you think you're going? You can only imagine. Very impressive, guys. Very, very, very good round that we just had there. That was very, very good. Oh man, that was a good round indeed. So I don't know, what do you guys think? I need you guys' feedback if you can. Let me know what you want me to do with Star Citizen, guys. Some of you guys told me to hold on. Some of you just said just go ahead and get the Aurora, which I know that's what we were kind of discussing quite often. We did miss the weekend special, so it's not 40. Right now it's 45. Not that much of a big difference, to be honest. So I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what's going on. But let's get ready for the next round here, guys. All right, let's queue up. We're going to go ahead and hit that continue button and see what we need to do here. All right. So we're getting back in. Don't forget, guys, gotta eat that protein. I gotta start being on a diet. Trix here. gaining a little too much pounds, guys, and we gotta lose it. Oh, yes, we do. Yeah, so far, I like the Spirit. She's a really interesting character. I really, really do enjoy playing as her. I think she's fun. You know, which is really good. But let's see what's going on, though. Alright, let's keep it rolling in, guys. Yikes. Now, the blood tree is getting up. We're getting a lot of blood points. I do want to save them. So we're probably just going to accumulate those up and see what happens with that. Let's check the blood web. Well, you know what? Let's get a few items. Maybe one more level up with her would be nice. The Ren's Broken Watch. A nice little add-on there. Okay, so now this is Freddy Krueger's thingy, but we'll take it. We're just gonna take it so we can level up anyway, right? That's exactly what we're doing here right now anyway. Alright, we reached level 6, guys, but we gotta keep leveling up. We're not done yet. I think I'm gonna go ahead and get my glasses on here real quick. Let's take those headphones off. Okay, get these bad boys right back on. Okay, here we go. It's showtime. Let's level up some more. That's the jigsaw thingy. So what is it? We're getting everybody else's perks now, and like, I wish I had this mic facing this way. It'd be nice, but well, I think I could turn it, but I think right here is actually good enough. You guys can actually still hear me right here, so it's fine. Alright, so 2 more levels, guys. We're going to be able to equip another additional perk in our slot. So, here we go. 2 more to go. Wow, she's unlocking some pretty cool things. Well, at least make gameplay a little bit easier for us, too, as well. Alright, here we go. We hit that level 10. That gave us a perk slot number 3. Very nice. Okay, so now that we have the 3 perk slots, let's go ahead and hit out that loadout screen, and then we're going to edit a few things here, guys. First, we're going to do... that's the fire up. Okay, what's this one? Hex Haunted Ground. 2 trapped hex totems will spawn in the trial. Interesting. Blah, blah, blah. A survivor suffers from exposed status effect for 50 seconds. Oh, whenever they're cleansed. Oh. That may or may not come in handy. I really don't know yet. Alright, let's see here. Well, either way, we need something, guys. What's this one? Spirit Fury. Each pallet you break magnifies the wrath of the entity. After breaking 3 pallets, the next time you are stunned... Okay, that's cool, but yeah. You know where to hit to make them bleed. Wounds inflicted by successful attacks slightly increase survivors' bleeding frequency and causes mangled status effect, which actually does help a lot, guys. I think I might want to go with that. You become obsessed with one survivor. Each time you hit your obsession with the basic attack, you increase opening time of the execates by 4 seconds. Up to a maximum of 8 additional seconds. The obsession is not affected by Remember Me. Oh, okay. You know what? We'll go with that, but what's this one? Oh, but we get speed bonus with this one, so I kind of want to keep that one too. Alright, that's cool. Alright, let's go ahead and get some stuff here. We're gonna go with some. We're gonna wear some chanclas. We're gonna wear some slippers on this one, guys. But this one's gonna give us our hunting movement speed. Goes up a little higher. Oh, we get the bamboo comb. Slightly increases hunting activation charge speed. Yeah, that's cool. Alright, let's go ahead and look for that round. Showtime. Oh boy. Well, that's not good. Why did I just do that? Ooh, so close. We're almost at, look at it, almost at 10,000, guys. He fell with the Kellogg's pistol. Look at that. No! Ouch. Alright, we got that all fixed up, guys, which is good. Jay, I'm surprised you're up this early, man. I hope your morning's going great, though. You know? Hope everybody's morning's going great, guys. You know? How many times did I just say, you know? I don't know. Do you know? What is it, Kellogg's pistol? Well, I don't know. You know what I did was I kind of took some of the names of some of the Fallout weapons and I put them into the when you guys fight each other. That's what it does. Well, Kellogg's pistol would be Kellogg's pistol from the story. Is this your cereal? Oh gosh, Rice Krispie gun. Oh. There we go. We finally got into a round right now. They do say snap, crackle, and pop. Right. Snap, crackle, pop. I like the little whispers we're hearing right now. Oh, okay, let's go. All right, let's ready it up, guys. Let's go and ready it up. Ready it up. Yeah. Oh, well, you guys see the post, the tweet that I just made. It just went like right in there in the chat. Look at that. That's cool. All right. Yeah, guys, definitely check that out. If you can, hit that retweet, share, like, all that good stuff. Be awesome. You don't have to. Not forcing you guys, but you know what? Every single thing you guys do always helps us out here in our community. All right. Well, with that being said, let's continue on here. I don't know what we look like in terms of like, I think CPU wise, I think we're good. And I think I'm gonna go AMD, guys. I really think we're gonna go AMD on our next CPU setup. I believe we are. I might stick with my GTX 1080 for now. I think we still can get another few years on it, at least 5 more. But I want to say probably. We'll see what happens. I'm debating between the Ryzen or like the Threadrippers. There's so much more newer CPUs coming out too, so maybe even something better will come out. But price point wise, I want to get something that's gonna do it, guys. I mean, I got this 8700K and it's like it's not. I don't get it. I'm just having issues. I can't overclock it the way I want. I can't do 5 gigahertz at all because my VRMs on my motherboard, you can kiss that goodbye. Yeah, exactly. I'm just sick and tired of Intel and the road that they've taken lately. I mean, don't get me wrong. You guys made great processors throughout the course of time, but you guys are now getting stingy in terms of like maybe in terms of durability. Yeah, they last, but I feel like now it's just not there. My 3rd gen processor did just as well as my 8th gen. So what was the point of even upgrading, to be honest? I was doing just fine. I think I was at what? 3.4 gigahertz and it turbo boost to 3.8, but now I get 3.7 and it goes to like, I mean, I had a slight upgrade. All right, let's get back into the round, guys. Here we go. Let's get started. We got to look for the survivors here. Oh, we're in this map. Yo, it looks so different on the big screen, guys. I can see everything. This is impressive. All right, let's get them. What are you doing here? Hey, what are you doing? What are you doing? Come here. Whoa, okay. You want to play? We're gonna have to phase walk on this one, guys. Are they even working on generators? Like, what are you guys doing? Probably this one back here. No, nothing. Wow. Oh yeah, they definitely done some. Oh, I forgot we had to go up there. I got you now. Oh yeah, come on. Come on. Wow, my screen blacked out on me. That's crazy. All right, let's get her picked up real quick, guys. Find a hook for her. Let's get you on here. All right, let's keep it up, guys. Keep it up. Oh, there was a couple of guys. Come on, there's a hit on you. Come on. Come on, there you go. Got you both down. Get him on the hook. Let's grab her real quick. Hopefully I can make it to that hook, guys. I don't know if I can. We're gonna find out though. Oh, she's pushing hard. Wow. Come on. Come on. I saw her. We got her. We need to get behind her up top here. Come on. What the hell? What was that? That lag spike, man. Oh, you juked me way too long, lady. They're about to get out of here, guys. They might actually get me on this round. I don't like this map too much. All right, let's get her hooked. This one here, we got to be careful. All right, they got a couple generators they're gonna get. This is really bad, guys. It's all good. I'm gonna make sure they don't get these. 1, 2 generators, and then we got the one way over there, guys. All right. Did you see the post I made on the media channel? I believe I did. Yeah, I did see it. All right, no generators are worked on yet. Doesn't mean they're not. Let's get this pallet out of here, guys. All right, let's get the move on. Okay, these two are still clear. But see, these generators are so spaced out, it really got me at a disadvantage right now, so I have to be careful here. Oh my god, stop blacking out on me. I hate that about this thing. It's driving me nuts. You ain't about to fool me. Yep, I knew it. Come on, come on. don't know where you went, but I'm not worried about it now. He's right around here. Yep, there he is. Wow. Well, he's knocked down, but I gotta get to the other side quick, guys, because they're gonna worry about those. I knew it. Let's get her on a hook real quick. Go, 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 go. One down, one on a hook. That's okay. At least these things are kind of close together, which is perfect. Oh yeah, that's up. We do totally do. Yeah, yeah. I did see the post. I didn't watch the video yet, though. Let's get a move on, guys. Get a move on. Oh, they're going for the rescue. Go bye-bye. Okay, I'm gonna go to the other one real quick, guys, because I know they're gonna try to get it. Come on. There's two down. See, I'm gonna let her stay on the ground right there. And we're gonna go ahead and get to the other side here. Nope, you ain't getting none of those generators. Oh, there's two still alive. Wow, I didn't know that. Well, this is bad. Here's the two. Let me get her real quick. We need to get her on the hook real quick. These guys are really playing with me right now. I can't allow it, guys. Keep them down to the ground. Okay. Oh wait, there's one right over here, guys. There we go. See, that's how you play it. They were kicking my butt for a minute. Hey, what's going on there? How are you? Let's get her on the hook. All right, let's get the other one. Where'd the guy go? He's right over here somewhere. Put him down real quick. We gotta find a girl that just broke loose, guys. She's up there. Okay, she went up. We'll get a good find of her. Don't worry. Oh, you thought you were gonna get away from me, didn't you? She thought she was gonna get away from me, guys. right, so that's another one down. It's very funny. Yeah, I'm gonna watch the video. I kind of took a quick glimpse at it. I saw the post. I just didn't get to watch it because I saw you posted like when I was on mobile. I'll look at it though. And I definitely, you're right. It probably would compare it to all the gamers, right? Let's get him on the hook. There we go. We made it. There we go. Good job, guys. You see me do the most things mentioned in the video? Really? I definitely got to check it out now, Jay. Thank you. It sounds like it's going to be a fun thing to watch. I think I need to go get a new HDMI cord, guys. I don't know why mine's doing what it does. Like, it's annoying. Yay. She's like, I want to hold. I want to hold. Give me hold. Oh, level 23. Wow. That's interesting. That is interesting. All right, let's see what else we got here. I've seen you do most of the things right. Yeah, very true. I'll have to check it out for sure. Definitely. Thank you for that one. Man, I don't have much items here to guys to keep equipping. I will hear the snap, crackle, and pop. Oh gosh, like my character's body right now? Is that what I'm going to hear? Oh yeah. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Right. What's going on there, Janae? Yeah, you will hear that in the game for sure. All right, so Tree Pain 2. I do have that installed for Steam, which is good news because then that means we are ready. We are ready. Are you ready? Because I'm ready. Hey, how are you? I think I'm ready. You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure I think we're ready. All right, so we need to get another offering here, guys. What do I want to offer this time? I have no idea. I guess we're going to kind of just do the slightly thickened, slightly lessons. We'll go with that. Let's look for another match. I'm ready to see how impressed you will be with the game. Yeah, I'll do it. Is this short though, or is it kind of long? Because that's the demo, right? It might be better just to do it like a... Well, I could do a video. Yeah, that's fine. We'll do a live stream on it. I like live streaming better. I mean, because I get to like talk about it in real time, and then you guys get to like comment back in real time. Rather, I upload something on YouTube, I just gotta kind of wait for comments to come up. You know, which is crazy. Which is crazy. How do you do this? Never seen this before? What do you mean? I'm confused. What? What do you mean, playing games? Oh. Just play games. It can be long because it's not that easy. Plus, you have 2 game modes. 2 game modes. All right, 2 game modes sounds really good. Guys, so we're just waiting on a gamer mode right now. Hopefully we'll get around coming in here very soon. Let's see what's going on with that. I gotta reset, I think I gotta reset some of my goals. Actually, they are already resetted, I think, for the most part. Whew. All right. Things are looking good, guys. Things are looking good. Oh, shoot. Why did it just do that on me? I have no idea what's going on right now. Hey, what's up, Salad? How are you, bro? How are you, man? Oh, okay, okay. Solid, how come it doesn't show you what your I don't see your VIP on you though. Hey, what's up, guys? Does Solid got a sub badge next to his name? Don't tell me that it's having issues again. He does. I bet you it's a Twitch issue again. That's not good. That's not good. All right, so I got maybe about a half hour left, guys. The giveaway is still broken. Yeah, of course it is. I'll have to just make another command again. Oh shoot, we got into a lobby. Good, good. Give me a second and I'll look for it, guys. If not, it's all over social media anyway. All right, so let me go ahead and delete that command, and then I'm gonna redo it again, guys. Give me a second here. I like this character though, guys. She's really good. So far, she is really good. Hold on. Shoot. Yeah, so for most of you that are on Discord, you already seen the post, guys. The link is there. If not, if you have us on social media, you guys will see it as well. But let me get that post for you guys. 1 second. So giveaway's not working, right? It was working just fine earlier. It just doesn't want to work now. All right, where are you, Mr. Giveaway Command? It's here. All right, should work now. There we go, guys. Sorry about that. There we go. Or hopefully it doesn't just work for a couple times and then just kind of like stop working again. That would be annoying. All right, so the round's about to start here, guys. I hope you guys are ready for this. We're gonna go again with Spirits. She's one of the newer hunters that we just recently started playing as, and she's interesting. She's really good. I love her little phase ability where she just kind of like warps forward without being detected. So her body just kind of maintains its like where it's at, and then she can just teleport slightly ahead and confuses the players all the time. Very, very, very good attack technique that she has indeed. All right, so it's working. Yay, it's working. All right, it looks amazing and I'm so happy it works. Okay. All right, so I got about a half hour. After that, guys, I gotta head out. We'll do like an actual stream later. You know, we'll try to get some goals and get some things working in, guys. But right now, I'm giving you guys the time to get your points. That's the reason why we're streaming, so you guys can get your retro coins saved up and stack it up. Because the more coins you have, the more tickets you can get, and the more your chances are at winning the raffle, guys. All right, let's take a look around. We're gonna zoom up ahead. Knock you down to the ground, girl. That's right. That's how we do it. I'm gonna knock her down right here, but I don't like the cornfield too much, guys. There we go. There we go. All right, so she's knocked out, guys. That's one down. We got another survivor coming up this way. Oh, dodge and weave there, lady. Gotcha. Come on, you better run. Better run like the little chicken you are. That's right. That's right. What you gonna do? You can't do nothing. Bam! Knock her down to the ground as well, guys. I want to make everybody rage quit in this game. All right. We got her. Let's get her on the hook as well, guys. Knock this bad boy down real quick. All right, there we have it. There we have it. All right, she's gonna try to escape. Oh, no, you don't. Oh, no, you don't. Where you going? Woo! Knock you right back down to the ground. That's how we roll. All right, guys, let's get her right back on the hook where she belongs. There we go. All right, we got two on the hook. Oh, no, you didn't. Come on, come on. All right, now you guys are really testing my patience. I'll knock you out. She's gonna be done for, guys. She's done for. All right, here we go. Okay, she's gone. She's gone. Whoa, 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 whoa. No, you don't. I don't think so. Where did she just go? I think she went over this way. Yeah, the raffle's not yet, guys. It's not yet. Right now, I'm giving everybody a chance to save up the retro coins, guys, but we're going to be hosting it soon. The end of the month, it will be the deadline. And then I'll open up the raffle. I don't want to open it now because if I close Trixzbot... Oh, you know what? I got you. Oh! Better throw that down. You better throw it down. Go, go, go. Ooh, you want to play dirty? Okay, come on. I like to play dirty. Get on that ground. She's down and out, guys. I'm going for the other chick. Let's go. Whoa. Come on, one more, guys. One more, she's down and out. One more, and she is down and out. Oh, that's it. That is it. Let's get her on the thing. I don't know where the other one is, though. I hear her. All right, let's go ahead and get her as well, guys. We're gonna go ahead and get her on the hook as well. Got them both on the hooks. They are both on the hooks, guys. None of them were able to escape. That's GG for me. GG for me. All right, so let me take a look here, guys, on this raffle. Let me see where people are getting confused around. Hold on, let me see. And now it doesn't want to work. Now it does. Okay, so you got to do it a couple times. Oh, the hatch just opened. Let me take a look at this really quick while we're doing that, guys. All right, so let's see. So go displayed on stream 25 or let's see. Forgot to update that. Yep, there we go. So here we go. So the giveaway will be held in Twitch. On Twitch. Okay, so it's going to be for all followers on January 30th of 2020. Yeah, there we go. All done. You just wanted to get your million tickets? It's okay. Hey, guys, I might only have time for one more game, so let's see. Let's back it out real quick. Man, I'm getting flawless wins though, guys. We're getting flawless wins. Like I'm so glad like how well that we're doing here right now. Like, I mean, most of you remember too, like, oh, by the way, Solid, if you resub to the channel, bro, make sure you type it in chat so that way the notification will pop up. Let's see here. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Oh, I gotta wait till this is done. All right, let's see what else we got here, guys. We'll do that. That comes in handy. All right, we're searching for a match now, guys. Searching for the match. Hey, what's up, Kelso? I'm glad you're here, bro. I had a question for you. I don't like bugging you guys too much. So we still got the you-know-what saved up for Star Citizen. I just don't know what ship you want me to get. I know you told me to hold on, so right now with the amount of stream funds we have, the only best ship we're able to get is the Aurora, based on what everyone is telling me. But I see that there's a lot of other ships as well. So right now, we're keeping that money put aside until we can figure out what we want to do first, guys, before we go do it. Yeah, we're doing a giveaway. I gotta do it, man. I gotta do it. I wanna at least do monthly giveaways for you guys. I need to. You know, I want you guys to be rewarded. Hosting is spelled wrong. Wait, what? You're right, it is. It is. It's totally spelled wrong. Hold on. I always do that with my N's and G's. I swear I do. Okay, it's fixed. Thank you. I always do that when I type waiting or hosting or whatever. Whenever the N and G is there, I always do it backwards. I don't know what it is. Get what I want? Yeah. We'll probably go with the Aurora. That's our only option right now, so we might just do that. But I know you told me to wait. I remember that, so I didn't want to just... Audio is mute for me? Oh. Okay, that's fine. Alright, let's see. Typing... Right? Right? Feel my struggle, man? Feel my struggle? Alright, how do I see... Hold on a second. Actually, it shows here. So you just resubscribed 3 days ago. Solid. Why didn't you let me type it. Audio button messed up? Ouch. Guys, what is it that you need to type when you resubscribe to a channel? Is it like /resub? Like to announce it in chat? I don't know. I don't know what I want. But I've seen some pretty nice looking ships. And I'm a little jelly. It's making those $40 ships look like... It's to the point where I kind of don't want to spend the money yet. I just want to save up and then just get a bigger ship later. Oh, okay. I'm going to restart Trixzbot real quick, guys. Trixzbot's being weird. Give me a second. We almost got a round coming up here now, guys, which is good. It knows solid resubscribed. I don't know why. The heck? Oh, you made 100K. Okay, so I've seen that the ships cost millions. Okay, so we're talking 5 million, 10 million, 15 million prices. So if you're making 100K a day, means in 10 days you can get a decent ship. Like 10 full days. Okay. All right, we'll do that then. You guys are in control of my Star Citizen anyway, so if you guys want me to get the Aurora, we'll get the Aurora. The Aurora. Jeez, I can't even say it right. How much are the credits? About, yeah, they're millions for the ships, but I think, like Jay was saying, you can make up to 100,000. That's not bad. If we finish the mission, there's so many bugs and glitches in the game, guys. Like people falling through the sky, losing their weapons, losing their armor, all types of stuff. But hey, the game looks awesome. So, okay, that case, I'll have it ready by tonight then. We'll go with the, I think it went up $5 now. It's not $40 now. I think it's 45. So we'll go ahead and do that. We'll get the Aurora and then take it from there. Hey, what's going on, Underscore? How are you? You're scared? She is creepy, isn't she? When you get missions that pay 10K per mission, you can get money fast. Gotcha. Hi, it's me. It's really scared. Okay, here we go, guys. We're gonna check out the round. See what we got around here, guys. Let's go. What you doing there, Bob? Bob? Whoa! Juking me here, eh? Oh, Bob, come here, Bob. Bob from Left 4 Dead, where you going, buddy? Oh, got you there. All right, let's go ahead and grab her, or grab him, not her. My bad. Get him on the hook. Get him on the hook. Let's go for it. We need to knock this generator right on down, guys. They really want that generator done, don't they? All right, here we go. Oh, you didn't see me there, did ya? Did ya? Come on, let's go. We gotta take her out, guys. She's running in the building. Ooh, run and hide. Run and hide. You going upstairs? You wanna go upstairs? Yeah? Yeah? Oh, you're such a good girl. Yes, you are. Alright, let's get her on the same hook Bob was just on. They're gonna share the same blood. Bob's still here, I hear him. It's annoying! No, I want her. I don't want you. Alright, we're gonna get her on the hook again. We need to get rid of these guys. Oh, she quit. Yo, she quit, yo. He said nope. Seriously, dude? Yeah, that's right. That's right. That's right. Come here. Come here. Where you going? Where you going? Where you going? You look a little worried there. Knocked on down. All right, let's hurry up and get over there and get that Bob. Oh, you a brave little fella, aren't ya? Aren't ya? Saving people, being the hero. Not anymore, you're not. Thanks for leading me to Bob. Bob is who I wanted all along. Oh, but I missed Bob. But not that time, did I? Let's take him out. Can I finish him? I thought I could do the thingy. Why did I not have the ebony equipped? What the shenanigans, man? That don't make any sense. The secret plot being a while ago. It's not buffering. Just letting you know, we have been planning to get you this game secretly to Discord. Really? What? You guys were sneaking this on me? And I had no idea. You guys are amazing. All right, hold on. One's wounded. Yo, Super Ricardo, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Secret plotting, guys. You guys see what the stream does to me, guys? You guys are amazing, though. I really appreciate it. Like, you guys always come in and help me out so much. All right, let's check around and see what else we can find here. That's why it's a secret? Oh. Okay. There's only 2 left, and they still got 4 generators to go through, guys. Well, now I know you're here. Where you going? Oh, did that hurt? Did that hurt? Knock you down to the ground. I'm gonna leave you right there because I don't want you. I want the guy that's over there doing that generator. He's gonna be right over here somewhere. I know it. Come on. Yep, you're in here. So obvious. So predictable. Why don't you go that way? I'm gonna chase him for the points. I need the points right now, guys. He's the last one alive? Oh, he's the last one alive. That's not even right. Nah, I can't let you live now. I wanted to chase you down, but they just quit. You know what I'm gonna do? That's how you do it. That's how you do it. Even though the wall just kind of blocked everything away. Yep, thank you, Kelso. And all the secret Illuminatis out there that got me Star Citizen. You guys are awesome. I really appreciate you guys for that. That was a good round, guys. That was a really, really good round. Man, like, every single game I'm playing, flawless, flawless, flawless victory, guys. Let me tell you. Bet you it's only going to get harder, though, the more I play and level up. Probably going to go against the Pro League soon. Then that's when I'm gonna start crying like, no, I'm gonna rage quit, man, like big time. I think the crows are more scarier than the monster. Really? Yeah, the crows are kind of creepy, aren't they? They surely are. Okay, well, how are we gonna do this? How are we going to do this? We're gonna continue it up. That's what we're gonna do. Is that the guy from San Andreas? Got the photo San Andreas? Is that who it is? Is that what's his name? Not Smoke. Loke? Is it Loke? I don't remember. I don't seem to remember. No, not at all. Ay, ay, ay. Yeah, I forgot how we're gonna do this, guys. Big time. I'm trying to save up the points. Let me see what time it is. Let me see if I have time or not, guys. Okay, give me one moment. Hold on, okay? Give me 1 second. Yeah, we're gonna try to do like an evening stream, guys. Don't worry. Yeah, we're gonna try to get her to level 15 right now, guys, so that way we can get the extra thingamadingies. Let's see, which upgrades do we want to get right now? I'll go for the one down there. Alright, 2 more levels, guys. 2 more levels. Alright, one more. Oh, I love the crows. Yeah, that's good. Why does it keep doing that? Alright, we got an extra slot. You know what I'm gonna do? Bear with me, guys. Let me power this off, actually. I got a better idea. We're gonna do this because That other method seems to be having problems. Big problem. This way should work much better. Alright, so now we got that extra 4 slot, guys. This will help us a lot. Alright, so this one lets us take out the last survivor, which is good. Oh gosh. Alright, let's do it. Alright, we're going back in. We're gonna get another round coming up in here, guys. Ay, ay, ay. Ay, ay, ay. Actually, you know what? Let me check. Hey. Yep. Whenever this next round decides to come in here. Does anybody have any questions about the giveaway and how it works? If you guys have any comments, go ahead and feel free to ask now. What's up, Skull Bro? Man, everybody's VIPs is going down, even mine. Guys, it's crazy how quickly VIP goes down. Like, it's insane. It is crazy. Oh yeah. There we go. We finally got something. All right, this is going to be it, guys. After this round, we're going to take a, I don't want to say short break, but we're going to take a pretty long break, and then we'll be back tonight with some more possible streaming for you guys. I'm going to try to stream a little bit extra this month just to help you guys accumulate some more retro coins, so everybody can get a chance to get in on this raffle. You know, if this giveaway works out good, things get better, you know, I'll try to change it up, maybe periodically make the ways of entering a little different each time. But for the most part, our main stream's going to be right over here, guys, where we're going to do it now. Whoa. Still nothing with the slots. That is crazy. We might have to auction the slot money. Oh yeah. Oh, ready up. Let's do it. I know that we can do it. Whoop, whoop. All right, guys. Wish us luck. Here it goes. It's showtime. Everybody coming in with their offerings. Oh, I know they see mine. They're like, oh God, they're gonna kill the last survivor. You better run. Run for your life. No. You better run. You better run for your life. Oh yeah. Right. Yeah, I don't think I can ever get the slots to work. I mean, the way it functions, I tried, guys. I don't know. I tried. You know, I want my own slots. I don't want stream elements. I don't want a cloud bot or somebody managing my. I want to be in control. You know, but I guess that's not happening. I'm gonna take these off for now. Just because I don't think we need all this light, to be honest. Let me turn one of them. This one, that one's like blinding me because it's in my face when I'm looking at the I'm trying to like look this way and it's like wow in my face. All right, let's do this. We got this. Auction it off and delete the command. Yeah, we might have to take it down. Some commands work, some don't, but I think because the way the slots works, it's a very complex command. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. You know what I think really messed it up? The cooldown. You know how like now you guys have the separate cooldowns for each of you? I think that's what's definitely causing it. Yeah. All right, guys, here we go. Wait, it's a snowy map? I don't remember a snow map. This is interesting. I'm trying to hook real fast, didn't I? All right, let's get you on. Don't look that way. Right. We gotta try to find the rest of these guys. All right, let's see what we got over here. That crow came in handy though. See how that crow hooked me out? That's not very nice, now is it? Yeah, I see you guys are over here now. It's all good. You're not going in there right now, are you? Come on. Come on. Come on. All right, guys. Continue looking around. See what else we can find here. There's nothing else right. Oh, gosh. Wow. Whoa, knock her to the ground. Yo, thank you so much for that. I really appreciate it, vibes. All right, guys, let's turn it around. Get her on the hook. Everybody's hooking it up. Everybody's trying to hook up. I know you guys are like right here. Okay. A couple generators around here, guys. We're gonna continue looking around, see what else we can find. Oh no, you don't. Well, I'm coming for her. I know you're over here. Oh, I was hoping she'd be in there, but I guess not. Nah, I don't want you. Oh, you've been on the hook once. Yeah, I'll go for you. You're good enough for me. Knock him down to the ground. All right, let's hurry up and get him up real quick. Let's go ahead and get him on the hook as well. Yeah. Oh, got you there, buddy. Come on. Go ahead, save him down. Go ahead. I don't care. He only needs one hit anyway. Okay, you're down, but I'm still going for him because he gets on the hook. He's a goner. Oh, yes. Oh, he's a goner, guys. Goodbye.
Yeah.
Let's get him on the hook real quick. One less player on the field, guys. Make it much easier for us. All right, somebody's probably going to go for the rescue for him, so let's get ready. You son of a biscuit. You son of a... How dare you? Oh, okay. Okay, she good. How she disabled those traps so fast? That's not even right how she did it. Like, literally 2 seconds. Wow. Get on that ground. Look, how does she do that? That is insane. How quick? I'm not gonna be able to make it. Leave her down. Come on. Where's the other guy at? I know the guy's here. I'm not worried about her. Alright, let's go over there quietly. I'm gonna keep her on the ground because she's good. I gotta wait for my hooks to get back. Alright, they still got 3 generators to go, guys. I just broke it. Right. That's crazy, bro. Wow. Oh. All right, so she's down and out. I didn't know the basement was down here. I never played this map before. All new to me, guys. Here we go. Here we go. This is not the way I want to be. Oh, okay. Oh, you both need one here. Come on. Come on. I'm gonna get both of you guys now. You're in big trouble. Uh-huh. Big trouble now. At least I know I got 3 of you guys. What? There we go. We got her. More than likely, she went downstairs to heal the other guy. She left him for dead. What the heck? There we go. What? Got her though. Very good. Now let's hurry up and get her up, guys. We gotta do this quick. If she would have never broke free from that, we would have been good. There we go. I need to knock out some generators here. Where are you guys at? With her being up there, they're not gonna get her. Come on. Got her. Let's grab her real quick. Get her on a hooky. Alright, it's gonna leave them down with just 2 more players left, guys. This is my only chance for redemption here. Alright, we're looking good. We're holding it down. This is how we want it to be right now, guys. 3 generators left. 2 players remaining. We got this. Got him. All right. Almost there, guys. Almost there. Come on. He's down and out. Now let's go find a girl. We got this. All right, come on. Where are you? I know you're around here. She's gonna go look for the hatch, I bet you. She might get rescued, so let's go ahead and go back. Come on, where are you? I know you're hiding. One guy left, guys. I don't know where he went. He's hiding somewhere. Teleport back. I knew it. Oh, and where'd the guy go? He's somewhere out here. He's wounded too, guys, so we'll be able to point him out. Okay, come on. He's activating the birds. All right, nice and easy, nice and easy. Come on, he's somewhere. Where you going? Where you going? That's right, that's right. All right, it's time to finish him off. There we go. That's how you do it, ladies and gentlemen. Okay. All right, we're gonna have to conclude this for now, guys. We're gonna have to conclude this for now. We'll be back with some more later streams, guys. First of all, I want to shout out to everybody who's always here contributing and supporting the stream, guys. You guys are amazing. But in the meantime, I'll catch you guys later. Thank you so much for everything, guys. I'll see you in the next show. You know, we'll try to do one tonight. So if that's what you guys want, if you got suggestions, let me know in Discord. Discord's like the best place really to keep in touch with me and the rest of the community if you guys would like. But yeah, we're gonna head out. So I'll see you guys on the next session. Bye guys. Thank you. Bye bye.